You're very welcome back to the Justice for Aaron Brady campaign. This video is a quick follow-up on the video that went out last night, which showed that James Flynn's car was in Crossmaglen Square at the time of the Modern robbery. And obviously we highlighted how that was completely omitted from any mainstream media reporting. So in this video we're going to move on to some new evidence that became available during the course of the most recent 15-week trial, the 55 days. And we have said, and we will continue to say, over those 15 weeks, not one line of the Justice for Aaron Brady campaign, of the 200 videos, not one line was contradicted. And I am certain the mainstream media must know this. They're following Aaron's campaign. The videos are all being sent to them. They are fully aware. So if we can imagine, it's more or less the same trial in relation to the robbery and the murder at Lordship Credit Union. And not one contradiction to the narrative and the story we have shown to be the truth in the Justice for Aaron Brady campaign. Now, as I probably said before, I've read over 3,000 statements before the book of evidence was taken off me. Aaron read even more and had more in-depth and had more time to look at the disclosure before that was taken from him. So at this moment in time, neither Aaron or his family have the evidence that he was found guilty with, which in itself is highly suspicious. I know there has been a concocted story of intimidation, but that seems to have slipped by the wayside and kicked down the road very, very far. So again, it is a false narrative created by the prosecution and the Garda Síochána to stop us from actually getting the evidence. But we knew if we kept the campaign going and we kept looking and digging, more information would become available. And this is vital details that became available during the course of the most recent trial. And we're going to look at at the time of the Modern robbery, and a vehicle that came round the Ballymac roundabout the wrong way. And we're going to look at the testimony of a racehorse trainer who was in Dundalk racecourse that night. So let's orientate everyone. So there we have Lordship Credit Union up to the Ballymac roundabout is denoted in the blue lane. So we have the getaway car travelling from east to west. And then we have Dundalk Stadium at the bottom of that little picture, up to the Ballymac roundabout, and we have a journey heading south to north. So what we have, you can see there, this is a horse trainer from the south of Ireland, well south of Dublin, had a horse running at Dundalk racetrack. His horse had finished the race and he was standing watching the last race at 9:20. Information from Dundalk racetrack tells us that the race finished at, I think, 9:22 and 30 seconds, whatever. And the racehorse trainer said he left immediately, popped his horse into the trailer and took off. And as you can see there on the picture, he exited the rear of Dundalk racecourse and entered onto the R215 or the N52. And if I just bring this up here, and this is where he would have arrived. So you can see there again, he's heading sort of in a northerly direction again, and he's approaching the roundabout at Ballymascanlon. And we also know that the vehicle left the credit union, headed towards the Ballymascanlon roundabout, and this gentleman actually seen, as you can see here, a Passat coming the wrong way around the Ballymascanlon roundabout. So here we have a situation where the two vehicles meet on a roundabout. So the poor horse trainer is heading home and he had to brake. He explained how he had to be careful, and his concern obviously was his horse in the trailer behind his Jeep. And he gave details that there was a number of people in the Passat that came round the roundabout the wrong way and turned right and headed on the M1 south towards Dublin. Now, before we go into that aspect of it, what we're going to do is just have a little look at the timeline of both of these vehicles. So I have up here on the screen, the last race finished at 21:23. He said he went straight to the Jeep and he put the horse on board. He actually said 3, 4, 5 minutes, got the horse into the Jeep and started into the trailer and left Dundalk Stadium. The drive out of the stadium and heading towards Ballymac roundabout takes about 3 minutes. So we have a situation where the horse trainer is arriving at Ballymac roundabout somewhere in the region of 21:32 p.m. Then we move to the robbery at Lordship started at 21:29. The robbery lasted 58 seconds or 1 minute into 21:30. The car takes off and heads in the direction of Dundalk and the Ballymac roundabout at high speed. Passes a number of vehicles along the Ballymac Straight, and indeed other witnesses suggest that the car had to stop and brake at the roundabout because of oncoming traffic. And according to those eyewitnesses, obviously the car was on the outside lane. And from the times we know, and this is fact, we have the Passat arriving at the Ballymac roundabout at 21:32. So here we are again. We have the two vehicles approaching the roundabout at 21:32. And I say without any doubt that we cannot but say that the vehicle that came round, the Passat that came round the roundabout the wrong way round and headed on the slip road for the M1 South towards Dublin was certainly the vehicle involved in the Northern robbery. As described by the racehorse trainer, there was a number of people in the vehicle. So what is the possibilities of another vehicle doing this absolutely lunatic move on a roundabout and heading south on the motorway? And obviously this is evidence we hadn't seen before, and it was found by the two boys' legal teams, and the trainer was obviously asked to come and give us evidence. And we know now that the vehicle used in the Northern robbery headed on the M1 south towards Dublin, which totally eradicates the already ludicrous story of someone travelling 32 kilometres into Northern Ireland down towards Newton Hamilton police station to burn out a vehicle that was used in a robbery and a shooting. It was never a starter anyway. And the times, the CCTV footage and the manipulation of evidence was absolutely disgusting. And we will be revisiting that again. There are other little bits of information that became available during the course of the most recent trial that, shall we say, confirms 100% everything we said during Aaron's campaign and the 200 videos. And also, the car heading on the M1 South towards Dublin. If we go back to what we have said at the beginning, and this is fact, this is truth, you can see it there. Bernadette, the credit union worker, that's her car is circled there. She was attacked by a raider, her car window was broken, and she said without any doubt that the raider had a Dublin accent. And she confirmed that because the Garda, who was taking her statement immediately after the horrifying event that she had to go through, shouted at her, "Give us the fucking money," in a Dublin accent, and she said that was the same as the raiders. So we are in a situation where not one iota, not one scintilla of evidence used during the course of this 15-week trial contradicts anything we have said. It has only bolstered everything we said, and this is another very firm block built on our very firm foundations of the truth. And at some stage, people, someone has got to stand up for the man who lost his life here. Those responsible for the death of Garda Adrian Donoghue must certainly be brought to justice. But no matter what way we look at these facts, details, times, events, it shows clearly Aaron Brady cannot be the man who shot and murdered Detective Garda Adrian Donoghue. Now, we have a lot more information that we gained from the recent trial, and again it sits perfectly with the campaign and the evidence we've brought thus far over the last 2.5 or 3 years. So that's another piece of the jigsaw. The car left Lordship Credit Union after the more than robbery, came to the Ballymac roundabout, went round the roundabout the wrong way and headed south for Dublin, which totally eradicates any possibility of it being suspect A or suspect B, and totally eradicates any possibility of it being Aaron Brady having anything whatsoever to do with the murder and robbery at Lordship Credit Union. Once again, thank you for watching. Please continue to like, comment and share, and we please ask everyone, if you can, if you have the facility, to please contact your local media, whether it's the local paper, mainstream media, drop texts, emails, tweets, whatever, just to raise the awareness that the Irish people are aware of this miscarriage of justice. Also, please continue. I know some of you have done this, have dropped some messages to your local representatives. All we're looking for is fair play. All we're looking for is the truth. And the truth is coming out. Because the more we dig and the more we agitate the actual disclosure and the actual evidence, the more the truth will rise to the top. So thank you all again very much for your support and all your messages. I do have 2 messages I need to respond to, John Doe and Mr. Big Stones, but we are very busy with this at the moment. But we will definitely this week get back to both John Doe and Mr. Big Stones and cover their questions. So once again, thank you to everyone for following the campaign, and please like, comment and share, and we'll see you soon for the next video. Thank you.